Hello, Uncle, and I'm Ben. Today we doing a reaction to relationships. Enjoy.
The train, for its type, is the most powerful vehicle on land. And the engines of Sodor are the power behind the docks, industries, and branch lines that make up the world-renowned Northwestern Railway. These are the stories of Sodor. Something I didn't mention when I first began talking about the SKR's expansion is the arrangement it had with the Ministry of Defense. The railway had partnered with the MOD to build a base at the north end of the valley, opposite what would be the Harwood Slate Quarry. In short, they would, and it was called Camp Culby. Officially, it was a training facility and storage site, hence the presence of a large underground bunker. Unofficially, well, there have been all manner of conspiracy theories. Regardless of its quote-unquote true purpose, it still exists to this day, with the SKR handling the resupply contract. I know its construction might seem odd considering all the talk about them shutting down Fort Suttrian, but it seems this was by design as the MOD sought to downsize its operations on Sodor. Yes, I'm afraid that means the fort would be decommissioned. The following months were rather bleak as all of its equipment and personnel were transferred off the island. I dare say few were as upset by this as Rosie and James. Indeed, the pair had become close over the years, and the idea they would be separated was rather distressing. However, the day before the closure was complete, the Fat Controller made the American tank engine an offer too good to refuse. Really? Really? You better not be pulling my wheels. I'm not, Jimmy. But how? Sir Topham found a loophole in my service contract. I've technically been British Railways property since nationalization, so it was his decision whether I stayed or not. He offered me a place on the Brendan branch since they need help, so I said yes. Bless that man. That's wonderful. Congratulations. Whoops. All right there, Pickett. Aye, tip-top. Sir Topham's not going to like this. It could have been worse. You could have smashed up a signal box. Speaking of which, didn't there used to be one there? No, it was over there. They dismantled it last week. Right, I heard they've been doing that. Something about centralizing operations? Aye, they've torn down every single one on the main line and the branches. Various control rooms will now handle all the signaling endpoints on Sodor. Wow, I never thought technology would come so far in such a short time. I'm not too fond of this newfangled nonsense. They rolled it out too fast, and it shows. Have there been problems? Aye, and it looks as if there'll be more to come. Have you heard what BR's new chairman plans to do? As glad as I am to have you here, Rosie, I'm worried it won't be for long. Then we better make the best of it. I should get going. Don't want to be late on my first day. I'll see you later, Jimmy. See you later. Just when I thought miracles couldn't happen. I don't remember the last time I saw you this happy, James. Why wouldn't I be? I'm not losing one of my best friends. Friend, you say? What do you mean by that? Nothing. I need to get this cleaned up, and I should take my train to Tigmouth. I hope I don't catch Thomas in a bad mood. Why would he be in a bad mood? Because he's been doing the coal runs between there and Marston Heights. Oh, are he and Kate still having problems? There's problems, Peckett, and then there's them. About time you got here. Where have you been? I met some saucy young bit on the way and decided to chat it up. Another clueless trollop, just your type. What's that say about you? That I must have been stark raving mad to fall for a tosser like you. Blow it at your smoke box, you lying tart. Where do you get off calling me a liar? You told me the day we met your nameplate was dedicated to your builder's wife, but I just found out it was actually the name of the bloke's dog. Who told you that? Doesn't matter, but I think it's funny and appropriate you were going to be named after a bitch. Get the hell out of here, Thomas. By the way, we're through. Best thing I've heard this century. You should have seen the look on her face. It was priceless. Thanks for tipping me off, Terence. I didn't tell you so you could use it against her. You shouldn't have told him at all since it wasn't true. What do you mean? He means the bloke who told me used to work at the mine. I just found out he got sacked after Kate reported him for drinking on the job. Oh, I'm sorry, Thomas. This is my fault. Well, yeah, but we've been at each other's throats for so long, something was gonna give. How did that happen? You talked about her so emphatically during the war, how much you missed her, you couldn't wait to see her again. Where did it go wrong? It started when it came out Emily and Henry were married. We talked about tying the knot, and it didn't go well. Why not? Kate's a good woman, but she's insecure. She gets jealous real easy. Every time I so much as look at another woman, she goes off. She apologizes, promises to change, but never does. I brought this up when we talked about getting married. She got defensive, I got hostile, and it turned into a huge shouting match. Every time we've seen each other since, we've argued. Why did I put up with it for so long? I must be balmy. Not balmy, Thomas. You were in love. Same thing, but it's over now. I can help fix this. I'll own up to Kate. Don't do that. It's for the best we end things. It hurts, don't get me wrong, but I'll muddle through. We both need to move on. That'd be a lot easier if I didn't have to do the coal runs. How about I take over for you, Thomas? That'd be great. Are you sure? Of course. You saved my life during the war. It's the least I can do. Always so noble, Oliver. What the... Sorry, Thomas, I didn't mean to startle you. No, it's all right. I just didn't see you. Understandable. An old slow coach like myself doesn't attract much attention. Rubbish. You've always made heads turn, Maggie. Oh, so you're Maggie. Duck and Oliver are talking about you. When did you get here? This morning. I'll be operating as a works coach for this project. After that, I'll be put into regular service on the branch. Well, glad to have you here. Welcome to Sodor. And thanks, Oliver, for doing... Oh, bollocks, not again. You all right, Whiff? I'm fine. Just ticked off with this newfangled nonsense. This was the same set of points that got me yesterday. I thought they would have ironed out all the kinks by now. You think that's bad? You should hear what's been happening with the signals. Are they using Morse code, or does Control think they're operating a Christmas tree? I don't know, but I'm getting plenty of Yuletide cheer from this newfangled nonsense. Hey, stop calling it that. Technology has feelings, you know. It'll work when you love it. I'll love it when it works. And I'll get it working. I've isolated the problem. I'll have it fixed in a jiffy. Did you know a jiffy's a trillionth of a second? How do you know that? James told me. I don't know how he knows, but he's a real smart fella. That's one of the things I like about him. Emily's like that. Sharp as a tack and so funny. It's no wonder I asked her to marry me. That's sweet, but it's not really the same between me and Jim. It's not? What do you mean by that? Nothing. How do you like working on the Brendan branch? I love it. I get to stretch my wheels, and pulling so many different trains is a nice change of pace. The guys have been great teaching me everything. You're working alongside some of the best. Follow their lead and you'll do fine. Just watch out for Bill and Ben. That was the first thing Edward told me. There we are, all fixed. Did you just hit it with a hammer? Of course not. I gave it a touch-up with the American screwdriver. Hey! Oh, sorry. You're good to go, Henry. Thanks. Here's hoping to a smooth run the rest of the way. Bugger. I know. It took 20 minutes to repair this piece of junk. Now I have to wait for that rail excursion to pass. Oh, was that today? When's it due? Never mind. Wait a moment. I know that whistle. No, it can't be. Randall? Yes, it's me. This is wonderful. How are you, brother? Brother? Why, Reggie, you never told us you had a brother. I don't. Oh, so you're still angry with me? Still angry? We haven't seen or spoken to each other in over 30 years, and you have the gall to ask that? You're right. That was stupidly naive and outright foolish. What are you even doing here? Did you volunteer to run this excursion? You did, didn't you? There's no chance this is a coincidence. No, it's not. I wanted to see you. I've missed you. Well, I haven't, so sod off. All right, I'll go, but I really hope we get a chance to talk before I go. I'd rather swallow glass. What? Fizzling fireboxes, Reggie. That was cruel. Henry, if you knew our history, you'd think I was underreacting. What happened? We used to work out of London back during the days of the Big Four. I was something of a rising star, and Randolph was jealous of that. So he decided to start a disgusting rumor that destroyed my reputation and career. The fallout was so severe they had to transfer me here. What was the rumor? That I prefer the company of men. I know. I don't care if a person is that way inclined. Never have. But back then, such predilections were openly reviled. You're right, Reggie. You did underreact. What are you going to do? Avoid him like the plague. Thankfully, Sir Topham said the rail excursion will be leaving tomorrow, so I won't have to suffer his presence for too long. What happened? His boiler burst. It's beyond repair. He'll need a new one, which is going to be a problem since there aren't any ready-made units left. So BR will just make him a new one. They have to. What's the issue? The issue is that BR's losses have tripled in the past 4 years. They may be legally obligated to make him one, but if they don't have the money, maybe they would if they stopped rolling out dodgy signals and diesels. Here, here. This company is run by incompetent fools. It's disgraceful, disgusting, despicable, deplorable. What? All right, settle down, everyone. I understand you're frustrated, especially since this accident could have been avoided. Therefore, in the interest of public safety, the Fire and Rescue Service will be conducting an emergency review of every signal and set of points on sodor. If there are any defects, we'll fix them. A sound decision, Chief. What should we do in the meantime? Carry on as usual. We'll be working day and night to make sure services aren't disrupted, but take care and report any problems immediately. I'm sorry to have caused all this trouble for you, Chief. You didn't, Randolph. If anything, you've done us a favor. I better get back to it. I have a long night ahead of me. Don't be so downcast, Randolph. This wasn't your fault. Thank you, Gordon, but I'm downcast for another reason. Reginald? Yes. Where is he? He's sleeping in the yard. He didn't want to spend the night near you. I can understand why. Ah, did he tell you what happened? I've known for a long time. How could you do that to your own brother? Spreading rumors that he fancies boys. You what? I never said that. Reginald was the only one of us who didn't have a girlfriend. Some of the chaps pondered why, and I said offhand, oh, he doesn't have time for women. I strictly meant that because he was such a hard worker, he literally didn't have time for relationships. I didn't think anyone would or could misinterpret that, and I didn't get a chance to clarify what I meant. Why not? The day I made that comment, I left the city. I was gone for over a week. When I got back, the rumors were at their peak. It didn't matter that I was telling everyone who would and wouldn't listen what I meant. The damage was done. Reginald's image was in tatters, and I was horrified. I might believe that if you weren't also jealous of him. Yes, I was jealous of his growing status. That doesn't mean I wanted to ruin him, but I did. I destroyed my brother's life. Before he was sent away, I owned up to him. Do you know what he said? I'm going to throw a party when you die. I had hoped to use my coming here as an opportunity to make amends, but he clearly doesn't want that, so I won't force the issue. I'll leave tomorrow and never trouble him again. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to burden you all with my problems. I'll be quiet now. Good night. Do you actually feel sorry for him? A little bit. You should have seen his face, Reggie. He was truly remorseful. He feels so guilty about what happened. Good. He should feel guilty. I'm not so sure. Can he really be blamed if others misinterpreted him? Assuming it was a misinterpretation. Yes, he owned up to me about what he'd done, using those exact words, but how do we know that is what he said? How do we know he didn't outright say, Reggie loves boys? He did have a fierce jealousy streak. How fierce exactly? You never actually told me. We'd argue every time I was given a special assignment. He'd whine about how it wasn't fair, that I didn't deserve it, the usual envious claptrap. I'll admit, I did rub it in his face on occasion, but that doesn't justify what he did, and it doesn't matter anyway. He's gone. He's out of my life once more. Hopefully forever this time. Not quite. Randolph's derailed. They need you to take the rail excursion to Barrow. What? I'm sorry, but you're the only engine available. Fine. Reggie? Yes, it's me. Don't read too much into this. I didn't come here out of brotherly concern, but duty to the passengers. That's just like you. Always so dedicated. For crying out loud, do you have any self-respect? You really think flattery will make me forgive you? I'm not trying to make you do anything, Reggie. I don't feel so good. Oh, come on. You didn't derail at top speed, did you? No. Per the chief's advice. Oh, bollocks. There's something wrong here. This better not be a ploy to gain my sympathy. Oh, pull your head out of your ass, Reggie. Bust my buffers. I'm sorry for what I did, all right? I really am. I wasn't trying to hurt you. I didn't want to hurt you, but I did. It was inexcusable, and I'm sorry. That's all I can say. If that's not enough, then fine. Randolph? Randolph? How is he? We've given him green water and he's resting comfortably. That's the only good news I have. What's wrong with him? He has metal fatigue. What? How bad is it? Bad enough that he shouldn't be pulling any train, let alone a rail excursion, but I understand why he was. It's a rare form that's extremely hard to detect. It's probably gone unnoticed for years. The problem is it's spread throughout his entire body. What can you do for him? The same as any other engine with metal fatigue. Overhaul or the final firing. And like I was telling the others last night, BR's not in the best position to pay for an overhaul, so don't you dare! You do whatever you can to help him. Are you accepting responsibility for his affairs? I'm his brother, that's my right. In that case, if I have the backing of a competent third party, I can declare his repairs an emergency procedure. BR will then have to release funds for it. However, that would mean Edward's repairs get postponed. I thought all he needed was a new boiler. Yes, but so will Randolph. We're talking a complete overhaul for your brother. If his repairs are declared an emergency, he'll get priority. Is his condition more severe than Edward's? 1-to-1? Yes. Can Edward wait? Yes, but there could be complications if he's kept under the influence of green water for too long. I don't mean to sound like I want you to favor one over the other. I just want you to understand the situation. So, how do you want to proceed? Do it. Save my brother. All right? We'll do our best. so sorry, Reggie. I'm going to throw a party when you die. I told him that once. For years, I was convinced that's what I'd do. Throw some massive shindig to celebrate my boorish brother snuffing it. Now it's happened, all I feel is sadness and regret. My, how the tables have turned. This must have been what he felt like, and in his final moments, I think he knew the rage I had. Aye, I heard about that. Sounds like he'd revealed his true colors. It certainly reminded me of the Randolph I knew back in London, but was it him, or was he frustrated by my stubbornness? I mean, he must have gone through a lot of effort to make the journey here. Why would he do that if he wasn't determined to make amends? You were right, Sam. He was remorseful, and I threw it back at him. Now he's dead, and I put Edward's life at risk for nothing. Oh, poppycock. Edward would have wholeheartedly supported your decision. I guarantee he would have said something along the lines of, save that chap over me, and you'll discover that for yourself in due course. Terrence said they'd procured a new boiler, a brand new unit fresh out of the foundry. Did BR cough up the cash for it? Apparently, it'll arrive tomorrow. If all goes well, our number 2 will be back in service within the fortnight. So you see, Reginald, you did nothing wrong, except fail to forgive my brother, if that's what he deserved. But you said, I know what I said. I also know you were right as well. We can't know what he really meant or what he said. Maybe it was an innocent mistake, or maybe it was a malicious plot. We'll never know. I agree. There are too many possibilities. If you think too long on those, you'll drive yourself mad. Best thing you can do is move forward, and the rest of us will be here with you. Here, here. Thank you, all of you. I'm blessed to have friends like you, and to think I might never have met any of you had I not been sent here in disgrace. I would have been poor for it. Reminded me of the Randolph I knew back in London, but was it him, or was he frustrated by my stubbornness? I mean, he must have gone through a lot of effort to make the journey here. Why would he do that if he wasn't determined to make amends? You were right, Sam. He was remorseful, and I threw it back at him. Now he's dead, and I put Edward's life at risk for nothing. Oh, poppycock. Edward would have wholeheartedly supported your decision. I guarantee he would have said something along the lines of, save that chap over me, and you'll discover that for yourself in due course. Terrence said they'd procured a new boiler, a brand new unit fresh out of the foundry. Did BR cough up the cash for it? Apparently, it'll arrive tomorrow. If all goes well, our number 2 will be back in service within the fortnight. So you see, Reginald, you did nothing wrong, except fail to forgive my brother, if that's what he deserved. But you said, I know what I said. I also know you were right as well. We can't know what he really meant or what he said. Maybe it was an innocent mistake, or maybe it was a malicious plot. We'll never know. I agree. There are too many possibilities. If you think too long on those, you'll drive yourself mad. Best thing you can do is move forward, and the rest of us will be here with you. Here, here. Thank you, all of you. I'm blessed to have friends like you, and to think I might never have met any of you had I not been sent here in disgrace. I would have been poor for it, especially without you, Sam. I knew there was a reason I fell for you. I love you too. A small memorial was held for Randolph the day after his passing. His remains were taken to the scrapyard and melted down. Reginald did carry a lot of guilt for what happened, but thanks to the support of his friends, he was able to work through it. However, none were more attentive than Sam, so it didn't come as a surprise when Reggie proposed to her. The pair had an impromptu yet lively wedding, complete with a good luck package that sported something old, something new, something borrowed, and something blue. Yes, it should go without saying I pulled through, and no, I didn't harbor any ill will towards Reginald, even if I did experience some complications. When I came to, I did have some mild hallucinations. The one I most vividly recall was seeing a familiar face watching me from the corner of the works. Thankfully, they didn't last long, and I was discharged the next day. My new boiler was absolutely splendid, easily the best I've ever had. I returned to work in high spirits, which only increased when I found Rosie had paid out a certain pair of twins for a prank they had pulled. Indeed, she became a valuable member on the Brendan branch, and to the surprise of many, she and James revealed they were not a couple, just very good friends. As for the review of the signals, the Fire and Rescue Service completed their assessment. All issues were resolved, and the system worked as intended. In time, we got used to this newfangled nonsense, but we were less adaptable to the changes that would follow. 1963 soon rolled around, and if you know anything about the history of British railways, you'll likely know what, or rather, who was coming.